Привіт, дорогі підписники та глядачі, і продовжимо грати Alan Wake 2. Постановці незручні, я сиджу в готелі. Дуже зручно. Це що, було закрито? Та, скоріше. Алло.
Gale Barrows stared at his chest x-ray. It was in his left lung. It felt like a black hole, an opening to darkness. He felt like he was drowning. He coughed and coughed and coughed. So hard his whole body and soul felt twisted and mangled, upside down and inside out. With every cough, the black hole grew bigger. It felt good. It tore him up, but it felt good. Gale was dying. The black hole was sucking everything good out of him. He imagined looking through it, into the darkness. The black hole grinned. Gale couldn't escape its gravity. He worshipped it. Gale sacrificed to it. In blood.
Добре. Чи типу, мені типу що, постійно от треба дивитися, тоді ще не подивився. Смішний Bright Falls. Давайте, я тоді не включав, воно лагало.
Hello, Yako. Looks like another perfect morning in paradise. I agree, Ilmo. A perfect morning for me to drink this coffee I'm holding. Oh shit, this coffee is shit. Yako, did you just drink a regular brand coffee? Oh, I did. My perfect morning is ruined. And all because of your shit coffee. If only we could have good coffee. Hey. What? What's that sound? Oh. Ilmo, look, it's the Bright Falls blended organic coffee from Old Deer Diner. Oh, wow. I've heard that the health benefits of this coffee include increased energy, improved eyesight, better lovemaking, and deeper connection to animals. With a thermos full of hot coffee close at hand, you are always prepared for what comes next. How does it taste, Jakob? I feel like a million
Шапці зато.
Thanks, oh dear Diner Coffee. Bright Falls Blend Organic Coffee is brewed with care right here in the Pacific Northwest from coffee beans that are sourced locally in Puerto Rico. Try it today at Coffee World and the Old Deer Diner, and don't forget to try the delicious brunch special this month only for Deer Fest.
Ясно. Каже, блін, цей. Тут. Зроблено кава, типа, ну, зерня Порто-Ріко. Ейл Берроуз. Спалахи насильства обумовлені швидким настанням деменції. За будь-якої можливості його слід обмежувати, доки не будуть знайдені ліки, що перешкоджають агресії. Гаррі. А, ну тут все закрито було тоді. Дякую за це. Добре. Часи. Бачите, там щось... Чекайте, сюди має йти.
Shit! Jesus Christ.
Ну це якесь тебе було... Непонятно, що то було. Ок.
Need to catch up with Tor.
Ні, ну ок, ладно, там. Ви не прийшли ніяк. Бюро знахідок. Рукавички, ручна робота, блокнот з планом харчування на кожен день, гарна авторучка, старовинна шпилька для волосся, дуже гарна. Звертайтесь до своєї подруги Роуз. У нас у кафетерії лежить коробка з патронами для мисливської рушниці. Роуз, здається, ти знову дещо забула. Справді, треба бути обережнішою. Послухай, Влада, любителі зброї, завжди замикай її на ключ. Можеш забрати коробку в мене, коли буде час. Я купив чай, що тобі подобається. Можу заварити, якщо хочеш. ВБ.
This must have been Tor's.
Може це забито буде. Треба використати одного. Я тако збираю, я не знаю, на що я збираю весь цей хлам. Блін. Знову збрав.
You come out of here this minute. That water is bad for you. Tor, wait! Cynthia Weaver, I know it's you. This kind of behavior is not okay. Let him go, Tor!
Ну, вона не може кинути цей фаєр. Алло, чекай. Чекай, де я бачу? А, тут був турист треба. Чекай, де я? А, туди можна ще піти. Дам спочатку сюди. Нічого не пропустив, може мапа десь є? Ясно, ну час від часу якісь пролаги є. Це... Але не думаю, що це сильно значне. Ну тут був турист, через скільки часу не йдемо. Щит. Щит.
Need the key.
Ну, я ще не маю такі. Нагадування. Купити більше запобіжників, набагато більше лайнове старе обладнання їх спалює.
Wheeler used to be the agent of a manic depressive celebrity writer, Alan Wake. Wake had various addictions on his back, an on-off death wish. Wheeler had seen a thing or two. Wheeler paid a lot of money for a good shrink. Got himself convinced that all the nightmares he'd seen leading up to Wake drowning himself were just his imagination. PTSD. Now we had pills to keep the shadows from his sleep. But the Andersons were something else. The nightmares were starting to creep in again. Or maybe it was the drugs in the air. Wheeler hoped it was the drugs. The Andersons were so old. Vampires. After every gig and the party that followed, it took them weeks to bounce back. And they never did completely. Each time Wheeler expected them to croak.
Ну да, понятно, блин. Коли знайду ще додаткове обладнання?
It doesn't budge.
Emmett Elwood had had enough. All his life he'd been surrounded by the same small-minded, impolite, ignorant people in town. Their endless gossip, their nose-picking, chewing food with their mouths open, not washing their hands after visiting the restroom, and touching things. Touching everything. The world was going to hell. He'd watched day after day how all the nice things in life in Bright Falls were spoiled and ruined forever. There would be a just and terrible reckoning. Emmett had imagined many times how he'd make them pay. He had lovingly tended his anger, made it grow hotter. It was out in the open now. Ugly and slobbering, they reached at him with their unwashed hands. He beat them down, beat them until they no longer moved. And then he'd wash his hands with a strong antibacterial disinfectant.
Жорсткий. Роуз, запасні запобіжники заховані, бо хтось їх краде. Код у пральні. Ахті, ти старий. Передун, наш ти ховаєш. Не треба було, може, вернутися. Давайте вернемось. Поговорю з цією Роуз. Яка ти тут знайшов ще один рукопис.
It's 1988, a face-off between deities on the rim of Cauldron Lake, high above its dark waters. Thunder roared, the old gods facing something even more powerful, something harder to define even. Or, changing the perspective, raving lunatics all, caught up in the frenzy of a shared delusion. The old gods, the corsairs of the Sea of Night, and the Dark One who yearned to stand in between, who had always stood in between, who would soon stand in between. We help you, you stay away from our family, Tor Anderson snarled over the thunder. Yes, until you all come to me, came the answer. That's never gonna happen, shouted Odin. I will take this as collateral, shall you remember our deal, said the Dark One. Blood arched from Odin's face as he fell to his knees. Lightning hit the dark figure on the cliff, and with that, he was gone. Tor rushed to his brother. Are you alright, bro? Effectively blind in that moment, the eye patch covering his left eye, his hand over the now empty socket of his right, blood oozing out of it. Odin cursed. The bastard took the wrong eye.
Понятно. Чи ж туди ще музнути? Я так поняв. А ні. Тоже закрито. Болторіз треба. Тут теж болторіз треба. А, ну це тут або. Чекайте, що тут є взагалі взагалі? Ззаді. Ніц нема. Мені стежку проводиш, щоб ніц знайти.
What was that? Where did Tor go?
What on earth do you mean, Saga? Tor is resting in the wellness center. Remember?
What? We both saw him go into the pond.
Okay.
Are you fucking with me, or is this a story again?
Now. Let's cool it with the language.
She's clearly lying to me. Why?
Вона охуєла, зараз я тобі скажу чому.
Rose watched Tor go into the pond. Why is she lying to me?
The secret mission for Alan's #1 fan. The hero will say Wake has returned. We're all characters in his story. Gee whiz.
I'm not his fucking character. But I can use that phrase to make Rose stop lying to me. Wake has returned. Cynthia took Tor. What happened to her?
When the darkness touches your head, your bookshelf gets shuffled. I put her lamp in the shoebox. What do you call a lamp lady without her lamp?
Is Rose talking about Cynthia or herself? Or both?
Зараз. Чо пиздиш, га?
Rose. Wake has returned.
Oh my God. You're the hero! You're here to save Alan! I feel so silly for trying to keep you out of the wellness center. I locked Torringale in there after they lost it, and I didn't want you getting hurt. Before I forget, here's the page Wake told me to give you. Oh, and you'll need my keys to get around.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox, the missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. A light bloomed in through the garden window.
The horror story beat me to Tor. I have to rest.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox, the missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. Standing there, Saga felt exposed, expecting the shadows to come alive. The needle crackled on the vinyl. The song swelled. Odin had said it was written for her and her mother. Her grandfather's apology. The lamentation of an old man. His heart was broken, sinking into darkness. Odin had said that the song would be a way to know Tor, a way to find him. A light bloomed in through the garden window. That's where Tor had vanished into the pond. Saga knew what she had to do.
Окей, не треба йти до Одіну, ясно.
The page mentions a missing record. Do you know where it is, Odin?
Driven by passion, raging like a storm. Your grandfather made the song to apologize to your mother, Freya, and to you. Tor's like a storm. Your mother did the right thing, leaving with you, even if it broke your grandfather's heart. And mine. Listen to the song, Saga. It's all there. Tor only had one record made. He keeps it in the museum.
Odin knows my mom's name. He's saying my mom took me away when I was still a baby. Plausible. Stay on task. The record is in the museum.
Добре, якщо це, типу... Я ж їх дубля не ріжу. Добре, мама її забрала, тобто, значить, з сином все нормально, значить, вони не жили там, якщо мама її забрала звітом з тих трейлерів, то...
Tor disappeared into the pond. It's another overlap. Has to be. How do I get inside?
Чекай, Сага штовхнула селектор, зникла платівка ритуал. Як наказав Роуз, Синтія та Тора.
The page says the record will open the overlap. Or is the page predetermining it? Am I just playing into the story?
Скоріш за все. Одін, ми з мамою приїхали. Зв'язок із Тором та Одіном. Чекай, я справу не закінчу. Ще по чуть-чуть це робити, потім... Де це... Ок, дякую за ключ. Мені був торіз, що потрібен був Б. Був Б потрібен. Б. Б. Я зараз поставлю там на місце, це вже багато, дуже багато всього. Дім Зейн, знаменитий режисер, заснував у Брайтфоллс мистецьку комуну. Томас Зейн, Томас Сейн та його партнерка Барбара Джаггер, Баба Якала, нещодавно заснували в Брайтфоллс жодну комуну. Містер Зейн придбав старий маєток за містом, і пара вже налаштувалася на новому місці. На батьківщині в Фінляндії та за кордоном містер Зейн відомий як видатний артхаусний режисер, зірка авторського кіно, яку порівнюють зі Стенлі Кубриком та Ігнаром Бергаманом. Його фільм «Безсонна ніч» отримав низьку європейську кінонагороду. Зараз містер Зейн працює над фільмом під робочою назвою «Поет Том». У спілкуванні містер Зейн складає враження людини харизматичної та амбітної. Він розмірковує про план відкрити в наших місцях готель і кіностудію. Він навіть вибрав назву для готелю – готель Ocean View. Чудова назва, як нам здається. Якщо мріям містера Зейна судилося збутися, містечко Брайтфоллс стане відомим. Члени комуни з нами згодні. Вони захоплюються Зейном і майже поклоняються йому як людині, яка допомагає пастві розширюватися свідомість за допомогою чарівних грибочків. Редакція Брайтфоллс Рекорд не схвалює вживання наркотиків, але ми сподіваємося, що завдяки містеру Зейну місто отримає належну популярність у творчих колах. Гаразд. Думаю, що тут десь знайду.
Is this something they watch on movie night? That looks just like Casey. What the hell is going on?
Думаю, що звук наоборот.
Cynthia Weaver had always kept her lantern close. Someone in the bathroom there. In the dark. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed. Cynthia Weaver hated being old. She'd been a doer, a fighter. Now the bathroom frightened her, afraid she'd break her hip, like Norman. Cynthia had always kept her lantern close to hold the darkness at bay. "Oh dear, my lantern. I think I've lost it," Cynthia said. "This will put a smile back on your face, my dear," a voice said. A man's voice. Someone in the bathroom with her. In the dark. The light bulb had blown. She meant to replace it days ago. How could she forget? She had slipped getting out of the tub. She lay in the tub now. She lifted her hand. It looked wrong. Too many hands. In a black void with no sense of up or down, she was underwater. A dark shape pushed her down. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed. It came out in bubbles.
Добре, то значить воно теж... Пасть. Що це було? А. Тут стріла. Ок. Якщо вже так, то... Візьми ту стрілу. Стрілу. Що закінчимо цей... Цю главу, і потім вже інше. Код 273. Роуз, якщо ти це читаєш, нагадаю мешканцям не чіпати мої речі. Гадаю, вони мене ненавидять. 273.
A fuse. Could come in handy.
Не може звідси вийти? А може. Щось не поняв, де той запобіжник запхати. Ну ок.
What happened to Tor just now?
Cynthia took him. Ugh, I knew someone was messing with Tor's head. There's something wrong with the water here. Pipes acting up, black stuff coming out. Cynthia's probably behind that too.
Does Cynthia have any connection to the cult of the tree?
Oh no, she's way too frail for that. But she used to be this town's best defense against the forces of darkness. Well, after Alan. But I guess it finally got her.
You need to get the residents out of here. It's not safe.
Oh, this kind of stuff rolls right off their backs. They've lived very rich lives. Very resilient. But I already told everyone to wait at the designated muster point on the front porch. We run drills every few months. I'm so proud of them.
I'm impressed by how prepared you are.
We're pretty used to this kind of thing.
You're the one leaving those Alex Casey lunchboxes around, aren't you?
Guilty. They were the only Allen-related containers I could find online. He told me to destroy the Taken around town, and I needed some way to stash my gear. I even recruited Mandy May to make knitwork decorations to mark the sites. The stashes are for you, too. You being the hero and all.
Thanks. I already have been. Wake is in custody. How have you been in contact with him?
He leaves me messages in funny places, like the newspaper, books. Once he even wrote to me with a cloud. If it's something really important, he tells me in a dream.
Okay. And what does he say to you with these clouds?
Ways I can help him, how I can stay safe, good dinner recipes, ways to kill Taken, lots of stuff. I've been finding some pages of writing lately too, so he must be working on a new book. Exciting.
Wake tells you how to kill Taken?
Oh, sure. You're the hero, so you must know all about it. All you need is a strong light, and then your conventional methods of extreme violence. Simple stuff. The tough part is hiding the bodies.
I honestly don't know how to react to this.
Just doing my part, sister.
Ок. Я таки знав, ну це було понятно, що це вона ставила ці всі коробки. Рос, Тор слухався Синтії, тому Синтія та Тор. Рос Вейк розповів, як вбити одержимих. Вона вважає, що працює на нього. Смері Голд. Хто причетний? Яко, Ільмо, Блум, Манітон і Тортон. Усі члени культу. Яко, Ільмо, лідери культу. Не член. Член. Роуз коробки для обіду. Хто залишив? Роуз.
Rose Marigold left these lunchboxes for me. Alan Wake apparently told her to. I guess I owe her one.
Олдрон не йшов. Я не йшов. Ок. Можливо, десь тут і запобіжник. Змова нової реліквії, цікаве місце. Ахті. Пельня. Будинок пристрілів Вальхала був заснований в році, організований. Ок.
Hey, Saga! Welcome to the emergency muster point!
You all should stay out here a while. Until it's safe.
I'm happy to get out of that house. Isn't it strange that I've lived in Bright Falls my whole life and I can't remember this building?
The house has always been here, Norman. Remember when that poor Nora girl drowned in the bunker? Those Andersons got it so cheap because it's haunted. You get what you pay for.
Is there anyone who didn't show up?
A few. Artie, Gil, Cynthia.
If they aren't here by now, then they aren't coming. It's important to be punctual. On that topic, I'd like to point out that our nightly decaf coffee service is almost half an hour behind schedule.
Have any of you noticed anything odd about Ms. Weaver?
Just that Tor won't leave the poor woman alone. That brute wants one thing, and one thing only.
Cynthia's gotten downright bossy. Take a swim in the pond, Norman. Drink some water, Norman. Well, no one tells Norman MacDonald what to do.
Mandy May, are you all right? You're bleeding.
Oh, how did that happen?
Oh, no, Mandy May. Oh, no!
Oh, don't be a crybaby, Norman. It's nothing. I just poked my finger knitting this monster of a blanket.
Hello there. Are you Pat Maine from the radio?
That's me. And you're the federal agent everyone's been talking about. Would you have time for an interview at some point?
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of in a hurry right now. Love your show, though. Very informative.
Thank you. Never compromise on quality. That's my motto. We'd be happy to have you on the show anytime, me and my listeners.
Ок, давай пока. Що ж, треба йти до Ахті, але тут мінус один щось є, я не можу вшарити, що там є. Добре. Чи ж на третьому поверсі?
Odin Anderson stirred in his bed, his vision hazy, smudged. He felt weighted down by an ocean of dark water. Through the haze, he made out Saga. Odin felt useless. He wished he could tell Saga how his silly faces made her smile when she was young. Too young to remember. Odin used to joke that Tor was her grandfather, but he was the Allfather. He smiled at the memory. Odin was the kinder of the Anderson brothers. Tor lacked patience, more volatile. The brothers fought a lot, but they were inseparable. Now Tor was missing, dragged into darkness. Odin could feel it. Time was running out for both of them.
Зараз підемо. Добре.
Do you know anything about the cult of the tree?
Yes, yes. He who reaches for a spruce tree will stumble into a juniper. Bloom was one of them. He has kicked empty. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. But I like his shoes.
How did you know Blum was part of the cult?
Oh, Fox never runs out of tricks. He's a crazy man, and he will show his ways. Bloom like to talk.
Мені щось його жалко стало цього. Тебе тут цікаво є. Бляха, мені це нафіг не потрібно, якщо чесно. Нажимаю ключ.
Wheeler set up a foundation with the sales of their greatest hits album. He used the cash to build a nursing facility. The old men deserved it. An old manor in Bright Falls. Wheeler hired a contractor to have it refitted as an old folks' care home. At this point, Wheeler felt good about himself. He had a heart of gold. No need to feel guilty. Wheeler left the work to the contractor and returned to New York City. He had done his part. It was time to turn over a new leaf. The contractors figured out Wheeler was gone for good. They took the money and ran. When the fall rains came, the leaks started appearing.
Окей.
Damn lights.
No use crying in the dark place. What has been has gone. But trouble doesn't move like this. You can...
Це ті знаки.
Shit. I need to get the power back on. There. Power's back on.
Бач, є. Ну добре, що ж, давайте ми тут закінчимо. Всім дякую за перегляд, підписуйтесь на канал, якщо новенький, не забудьте поставити дзвіночок і ставте подобайки, коментуйте, дайте знати, як вам, і можете фінансово підтримати канал, та не забувайте підтримати нашу армію. Всім до наступного, та й пока.